Mid-October is the start of the olive harvest in Palestine. Farmers take their whole family to their fields to pick the olives from the trees. Almost every family owns a couple of olive trees in a field or in their garden. In this period of the year, the kitchens are full of bowls with olives in water and salt to prepare them for eating. The olive tree is an ancient source of basic livelihood and nutrition. In Palestine, about 1,000 square kilometers of land are planted with olive trees. An average olive tree produces 9 kilograms of olives. This gives about 2 liters of olive oil. The oil is used for many purposes, for cooking, fuel, soap, or as an ingredient of medicinal ointment. Since the beginning of the Intifada in 2000, the olive harvest has been overshadowed by the Israeli policies of repression, closure, blockage of streets, confiscation of agricultural land, as well as repeated attacks against Palestinian farmers by Israeli settlers. Now, with the construction of the separation wall through rural villages, many farmers are separated from their lands. Despite the ruling of the International Court of Justice regarding the illegality of the separation wall, the Israeli authorities continue to divide villagers from their land and water resources. Over the past 3 years, volunteers from all over the world have come together in a spirit of friendship and solidarity with the Palestinian olive farmers to help with the olive harvest. If illegal settlers or the occupying military try to interfere with the harvest, the presence of internationals will often assure the safety of the Palestinian farmers. Besides picking olives, the program featured social gatherings, talks by local ecological experts and tours of historic West Bank cities. Every field that the volunteers visit is private property belonging to a Palestinian family. Participants in the olive picking program are invited by the farmers to come to their fields and help with the olive harvest in a time when the effects of the occupation make it difficult for many fields to be tended. These fields are under threat from possible confiscation by Israeli military authorities. The farmers' land lies in a valley on the outskirts of Beit Jala near Bethlehem, within what the Israeli government now considers part of Greater Jerusalem. As a result, the family requires a permit to access their home and fields, and should any family member fail to produce the correct documents, they are detained for being illegally present on their own land. In the near future, the path of the wall will prevent the family from reaching their land. For the international volunteers, though the olive picking is hard work, it is highly rewarding to be in the company of the Palestinians in solidarity with their struggle, and in spite of the circumstances, a great deal of fun is had. The hospitality of the Palestinians is world-renowned, and it is common for the family to go to great efforts for their guests. Another huge difficulty facing Palestinian farmers are aggressive Israeli settlers who illegally establish small outposts on Palestinian hilltops and quickly develop these into permanent settlements. All Israeli settlements in the West Bank are illegal according to international law. On this visit to Tekoa, to the south of Bethlehem, the group were invited to pick olives on land that the owner had not been allowed access to for several years. The group encountered hostility and even violence when this young villager was hit by a rock thrown by a settler. A standoff developed between the settlers, who wanted the local people removed by the soldiers, and the locals, who were exercising their right to remain on the lands.
What you have to do? This area is nobody's allowed after it. This is the question. You allow to look after the land. I mean, to look after the land. Wow. So nobody is allowed to do that.
Okay, so we came here to pick olives close to a Jewish settlement, and after a small while we encountered some soldiers and settlers, and now there's been a dispute ever since about I don't know what it's about really, but the settlers accuse us of being Nazis and being here to drink Jewish blood, and there aren't much olives here, so there's only been arguing actually.
During the morning, a few groups of volunteers were able to take advantage of the dispute to join local villagers and pick olives in a nearby field. Part of the olive-picking campaign is designed to show the international volunteers the realities of life in the region. The group visited sites around Bethlehem and Jerusalem to see the effects of the Israeli segregation wall. The wall has had severe impact on Palestinian society, not least that it cuts off often the most fertile agricultural lands from its owners, depriving them of their living and consequently ruining lives.